Hey everyone, welcome back to another war video. This one, war number 11 of season 43 for Loki taking on ISO8a. You can have Doctor Doom once again and Spidey2099 with the anti-venom synergy. He's going to be doing most of the heavy lifting this war, so let's jump right in. I am on path 2 here to start, so I'll be using Spidey2099 for this Weapon X. So Weapon X always has the potential to be a snowball defender if you really don't play him right, or if you don't kind of respect his ability to just nuke you. Big thing here with the node is I don't have to worry as much about dexing because every 6 seconds I get a placebo buff placed on me, so that will automatically pause the withers. So the big thing here is I just want to hit his block and I don't want to hit him. I also don't want him to throw too many specials, so I want to get him to that first special one, have him throw that special one, just to kind of reset his power. But at this point, with this setup, I have 20 ruptures on him. I literally don't need to hit him the rest of the fight. I can just play keep away and make sure that I don't kind of mess up too much. But you know, I do hit him over the bar of power just to make sure they get it. So the big thing here is with that special one, he got 10 rage charges. Then I accidentally hit him once, and now he's at 12. So if he throws another special one, he goes into his super aggressive, you know, Weapon X mode, where he's unblockable and every hit is pretty much bleeds me. And I don't want to deal with that. So I'm, you know, trying to just kind of play it safe here. I know that getting him above 1 bar of power at this point, though, based on his health, is going to KO him. So I'm not as worried about pushing him to that bar of power, but I am just trying to play it safe. And there it is, you know, that one last hit. And Weapon X goes down. So with that one, you know, just like I said, slow and steady. Don't really try to do too much, and relatively smooth Spider-Man fight. So next fight is again going to be Spidey. It's going to be against Absorbing Man here. So the big thing with Absorbing Man is when he's in his Uru form, the form where he starts, he has like massive physical resistance. So the ruptures are physical damage, so they don't do a ton of damage. So you want to make sure to, you can see he has 7 ruptures on him, and it's like barely doing anything. So you want to make sure that he deactivates that mode, and then you'll be able to do a lot more damage once he's in just kind of normal mode. So the big thing with him is when he throws his special one, you want to make sure to heavy after it if you can, and that will deactivate the mode. So there you go. Throws a special one, I throw the heavy, it deactivates. So that is good. And the ruptures are just kind of ticking away here. Without his Uru form, his physical resistance is not anything too great. You can see there, you know, that did a massive chunk of damage there with that rupture burst. So at this point, just a matter of just kind of slowly but surely chipping them away. There, I accidentally blocked the last hit of special one, so I wasn't able to heavy, but that's okay. I'll just kind of wait out the last little bit of this form, and then that'll be it for him. So nothing too terrible there with Absorbing Man. So next fight for me is going to be this Doctor Doom here on node 20. I'll be using Spider-Man again here. I've taken this node before with Spider-Man. The big thing is Spider-Man can trigger these power gains because he's immune to the buffs that he gets. So you just really want to make sure, I mean, really in every Spider-Man fight, you want to make sure that you don't lose the wither, but in this one for sure. But this is another one where, you know, he'll automatically kind of replace these placebos, and I don't really have to worry about it as much. So I wanted to heavy a couple times just to make sure that I'm reversing the power gain, because the wither does reverse the power gain naturally, but with a couple exhaustions on there, it reverses it a little quicker. So now I can basically make sure that he never gets to a bar of power, and I can do the rupture burst when he goes down to 0 power. You can see there he drained down to 0. So now every time I hit him in his block a couple times or hit him a couple times, it'll drain him back down to 0, and it'll rupture burst again. So you can see he'll just kind of burst away. Not really anything too crazy. Hit him a couple times his block, it bursts again. But you can see, you know, that way I keep him completely power controlled. I don't have to worry about his aura or anything like that. And yeah, so that's a dead Doom. So that's it for section 1. I am on I'm on path 4 again in section 2. So once again, we have Doctor Doom versus Knull. They keep putting Knull on these nodes, and I just keep using Doctor Doom. So this one's actually easier, even though, you know, I do get parried here. But this one's actually a little bit easier, the first node for Knull as opposed to the second node. And the reason being is the second node starts with a permanent heal block. The first node, this one here, you only get a heal block on when he throws his special. So I can actually heal off of the Living Abyss debuffs that he has. But yeah, I mean, you know, it just kind of is what it is at this point. I dodged the last hit of that, and then I had my aura up. Or I dodged the second to last hit, and the aura kind of capped the last hit. So with this special 3, I just know that he threw a special 1, so I just have to keep in mind as I'm going through here if I need to kind of reverse my controls on the fly. So you can see I have a little bit of time here before that encroaching corruption timer goes, but Doom KOs before it matters. I think it would have gone off in the middle of my special 1 or special 2, so not anything too crazy there. Doom able to handle that fight once again very smoothly. Next fight here is going to be Rintrah here on node 36. So big thing here with this node with Rintrah, you just need to keep the Wither on. Like, I mean, that's really just what you need to do. I always, though, seem to have a hard time dexing Rintrah. And I also probably was a little too greedy with trying to stack up to 20 rather than prioritizing the Wither. So you can see, you know, my Wither's already 3/4 of the way gone. Yeah, and, you know, I didn't dex there, and there goes the Wither. So the good news is I got through 40% of the fight without the Wither dropping off. The bad news is now the Wither's gone. So I do want to make sure that I'm parry heavying here for a couple reasons. One is the exhaustion is a good way to keep his power in check when he gets those power gain buffs. The other way is if I do hit him, heavy is obviously the way to get rid of his mystical charges. So here, you know, he's at 4 mystical charges. Now he's up to 7, down to 3. But I do get the Wither back, so hey, that's fun. So here, you know, he's at 2 bars of power and reversing his power a little bit here. I'm just trying to get him to throw a special. I should be hitting his block a little bit more here, especially with the Wither back on and 2 exhaustions. There, I actually think I got a little lucky. I thought that I dodged that special 2 a little too early, but I think it was like right at the beginning of the window, so that could have been really poor. But, you know, once again, Wither drops off, so that's twice now, and then I start getting hit, so that's, you know, that's fun. The big thing here with Rintrah is, besides, you know, at this point, because apparently I'm just completely unable to keep the Wither on, what I'm trying to do now is just make sure that he doesn't get to 10 mystical charges. Because if he gets to 10 mystical charges, then either champion's light attack will put on a rupture. And once he puts on 1 rupture, especially with the way that I'm playing with the armor break on me most of the time, then he'll get 3 debuffs on me, and then I'll be unblockable the rest of the fight. And then I won't be able to heavy, or, you know, I can only heavy counter his special 1, really. It's just would be an even bigger mess than this fight already is. There, the Wither drops off. Or no, I'm sorry, I actually saved that one for the time being. But spoiler alert, I'm pretty sure it drops off before the end of this fight for the 3rd time. There it goes. So 3 Withers in this fight, and they all fell off. So fun times. But Spider-Man's still able to get through the fight. So sloppy fight, honestly. Should have been much quicker than it was. But Spider-Man able to come through in the end. So next fight for me is going to be Sauron here on Stunning Reflection. So this is node 53, Polka Dot Power. So again, name of the game, don't let the Wither drop. So Sauron's more aggressive than Rintrah, and I feel like he has an easier dex window for whatever that's worth. So I have a better time keeping the Wither on, but you can see there I do accidentally parry. I did pop an invulnerability boost, so he only hit me twice there, so that's nice. and I don't actually take any damage from it. There, I thought that I was going to push myself up to a special 2, but I was playing as if I was getting power from hitting as opposed to polka dot power, so I throw my special 1. Not the end of the world, just puts on physical vulnerability debuffs, so, you know, that's okay. Here, you know, he throws another special 1. He is unblockable, so I needed to fully dex that, which I do. Throw that special 2. This fight is pretty much in hand. So Spider-Man really good for this because of the, you know, Sauron is a global global defender, so Spider-Man with the Wither, he reverses the power gain. You don't have to worry about that. So nothing too crazy there. Next fight's going to be my last fight. It's going to be Doctor Doom against Nova. This is once again node 55, so it is the best defense. So you're going to see here I intercept him to trigger the auto block, and it does give him some power. Obviously, Doom doesn't really care about that. One thing to note there, you may be wondering, why did Nova not parry me on his intercept? Nova needs 75 of his Nova charges in order to actually trigger the parry on intercept, so it is safe to intercept him at the beginning. But yeah, I mean, this is just Doom versus Nova. I've done this fight more times than I can count, on more different nodes than I can count. Just get the special 3 and the fight is pretty much over. So Doom cycle from here, I'll be able to get back up to another special 3 because between the special 1 here to get up 2 bars of power and then nullifying the Fury buff, now all I need is 1 combo here. So I bait out that heavy, slap him again, throw this special 3. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't even think I'll be able to throw the special 1 here before Nova KOs. The special 3 does not KO him. It gets close, but just the normal Doom cycle here to try to get back to the specials, he dies in just the combo. So that does it for me in this one. 7 fights in this war gets me to 60 for the season, and now a streak of 66. In terms of the war itself, we did drop this one, so we do fall back to 5 and 6 and out of Masters into the top of Platinum 1 in 22nd place overall. So we do need a win here in our last war in order to secure Masters. So it's, you know, it's balls in our court. You know, we win, we're in, we lose, we're out. We'll see what happens here in the last war of the season, but that will do it for this one. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see everyone soon.